I really started with like life first. Like I started trusting my instinct through life and it just started building. So the type of music I make, it'd be like, nah, I ain't gonna say that, I'm gonna say this, or I'm gonna change the tempo, I'm gonna change this beat up. I don't wanna say this, I don't wanna disrespect this, I control myself now instead of everybody around me controlling me.
Trying to keep me down.
He's 32, a successful rapper, and a Grammy Award winner. Federal authorities say Lil Durk is also behind an alleged murder-for-hire plot.
This is the story of Lil Durk, a well-known rapper and influential figure in the world of hip-hop. He is known for his deep connection to Chicago's drill music scene and his fierce loyalty to his collective, Only the Family, or OTF. Durk was close to fellow rapper King Von, whose life was cut short in a violent confrontation outside an Atlanta nightclub. The pain of King Von's loss lingered like a shadow, but few could have imagined the depths it would drive Durk or the chain of events that would follow. In a dramatic turn of events, authorities arrested Lil Durk, accusing him of orchestrating a murder-for-hire plot that unfolded in broad daylight on the streets of Los Angeles. As the allegations unravel, a story of ambition, revenge, and deadly betrayal comes to light. How did a promising artist find himself at the center of such a deadly plot? And what does the future hold for a man whose life has been a constant struggle between fame and the shadows of his past? Welcome to Viral Crimes. Subscribe and hit the bell icon for more stories. This story takes us to Los Angeles, California, the iconic city known for its allure of fame, sprawling beaches, and Hollywood glamour. But beyond the glimmering lights and star-studded boulevards lies a city with a shadowy side, where crime and fame often cross paths. Amidst its bustling streets and thriving music scene, Los Angeles recently became the center of a dark and tragic story, one that connects lives across cities and spans years of hardship, loyalty, and loss. At the heart of this tale is Durk Banks, known to the world as Lil Durk. He was born on October 19, 1992, in the tough south side of Chicago, Illinois. Durk's journey has been shaped by struggle and determination. He was raised by a single mother after his father, Dante Banks Sr., was sentenced to prison when Durk was just a child. This upbringing caused him to face many challenges. Without the presence of his father, Durk grew up fast, assuming responsibilities well beyond his years. As a teenager, he turned to music as an outlet for his pain and frustration, rapping about the realities of his environment and the struggles he faced. Durk's path to fame was paved with resilience. Starting from humble beginnings, he gained initial recognition through social media and YouTube, where he released tracks that resonated deeply with Chicago's underground rap scene. Songs like L's Anthem and This Ain't What You Want catapulted him into the spotlight, securing his place in Chicago's emerging drill rap movement. Despite limited resources and the dangers of street life, Durk's unique style and raw lyrics earned him a rapidly growing fan base. Soon, he founded his own rap collective, Only the Family, OTF, a group that symbolized both musical ambition and a tight-knit support network. His bond with OTF wasn't just professional, it was personal, a brotherhood built to withstand challenges. Durk's career quickly escalated, bringing both successes and hardships. He released multiple hit albums, collaborated with major artists like Drake, and won a Grammy Award for Best Melodic Rap Performance for All My Life featuring J. Cole. Durk's lyrical style evolved with his fame, and his songs often explored themes of survival, loyalty, and loss, drawing from his own experiences. Lil Durk is the father of 6 children from different relationships. He has been in a relationship with influencer India Royale since 2017, and they have a daughter, Willow Banks, who was born in 2018. His long-term girlfriend, India Royale, has stood by him through many highs and lows. Together, they became a beloved couple within the hip-hop community, admired for their resilience and loyalty to one another. Despite his growing success, Durk remained connected to his roots, using his platform to uplift his community and provide for his family. But his life was marked by tragedy. Durk endured the heartbreaking loss of friends and family, each loss leaving a deeper impact on him. In 2014, his cousin, OTF Nunu, also known as Nusky, was tragically shot and killed in Chicago. This was a devastating event that shook Durk and fueled his music with even more emotion and anger. Life, including a terrifying incident in 2021 when armed intruders broke into his Atlanta home. Durk and India bravely defended themselves in their home, narrowly escaping harm. The experience left him with a chilling reminder of the dangers that lurked around him, even within the walls of his own home. Through it all, Durk continued to channel his pain and perseverance into his music, becoming a voice for those who shared his struggles and fears. But the losses he's faced and the challenges he's endured have added a weight to his journey, one that leaves him constantly grappling with the reality of success in a world where violence and loss seem unavoidable. In Lil Durk's life, there was an individual whose untimely death caused distress and chaos in Durk's life, King Von. King Von, born as Davon Bennett, was also an emerging star in the Chicago drill scene. He was a close friend and protege of Lil Durk. Born on August 9, 1994, in Chicago, King Von's life mirrored much of Durk's. It was marked by hardship, loyalty, and the relentless pursuit of a better future. Growing up in the South Side, he faced similar struggles, drawn into street life and enduring multiple run-ins with the law. But through his talent and magnetic personality, King Von eventually broke free from his troubled past and began to carve out a place in hip-hop, joining Durk's collective, Only the Family, OTF. Durk signed King Von to his label, seeing not only King Von's potential, but also a brother who had fought battles similar to his own. Their bond was tight-knit, a shared loyalty that transcended music. King Von's career quickly ascended. His first major project, Grandson Volume 1, released in 2019, introduced him to a larger audience and was followed by his second mixtape, Levog James, in 2020. His popularity rose further as he and Durk performed together, collaborating on multiple tracks, including Still Trapped In, a testament to the deep bond they shared. Yet, as King Von's fame increased, so did the tensions with rival groups and rappers. Drill music's roots in Chicago street culture meant that personal feuds often found their way into lyrics, creating a cycle of rivalry and retaliation that blurred the lines between entertainment and real life. One of King Von's rising conflicts was with a rapper named Quando Rondo, a member of the Never Broke Again (NBA) crew, a collective affiliated with the rapper NBA Youngboy. As tensions escalated, their feud would become a tragic turning point in King Von's life. The fateful night arrived on November 6, 2020. King Von and his entourage were outside the Monaco Hookah Lounge in Atlanta when they encountered Quando Rondo's crew. What began as an altercation between the groups quickly escalated into violence. Surveillance footage captured King Von approaching and confronting Quando, igniting a scuffle. Within moments, gunfire erupted. Timothy Leaks, a close associate of Quando, pulled a gun and fired shots that ultimately proved fatal for King Von. Hit by multiple bullets, King Von collapsed on the scene. He was rushed to the hospital in critical condition, but tragically, he succumbed to his injuries. The impact of King Von's death was immediate and far-reaching, sending shockwaves through the hip-hop community and beyond. Fans and artists alike mourned the loss of a rising star whose raw talent and resilience had inspired countless people. But for Lil Durk, the loss was devastating on a deeply personal level. King Von was more than an artist on his label, he was family, a brother who had shared the same struggles and ambitions. In interviews and on social media, Durk expressed his grief and anger, vowing to keep King Von's legacy alive. The tragic killing of King Von marked a turning point in the relationship between Durk and Quando's camp, intensifying tensions between their circles. What had once been a network of collaborations and shared struggles turned into a rivalry marked by grief and bitterness. Following King Von's tragic death in 2020, Lil Durk's life took a darker turn. He channeled his grief and frustration into his music, but behind the scenes, the tension between his Only the Family collective and rival groups only seemed to escalate. One of these rivals was Quando, an affiliate of NBA Youngboy, whose entourage was involved in King Von's fatal encounter outside an Atlanta nightclub. What once was a musical rivalry had now evolved into a personal feud, intensified by the loss of someone Durk had considered family. In August 2022, tragedy struck again when a shooting targeted Quando Rondo's vehicle near a gas station in Los Angeles. The attack led to the death of Quando's close cousin, Lapab, while Quando himself survived. Surveillance footage captured the ambush, showing at least 18 rounds fired at the vehicle in broad daylight, and authorities began piecing together the clues. Shortly after, federal investigators began linking the shooting to the Chicago-based OTF collective, suspecting that this wasn't a random incident, but rather a meticulously orchestrated attempt on Quando's life. Durk's connection to the shooting first emerged through evidence obtained from communications and financial transactions. Prosecutors allege that Durk had orchestrated a murder-for-hire plot, assigning members of OTF to seek revenge on Quando for King Von's death. According to federal documents, Durk allegedly offered rewards, including lucrative music opportunities, to the OTF members willing to carry out the hit. Investigators noted that credit cards linked to Durk had been used to cover travel expenses for the suspects, flying them from Chicago to Los Angeles in pursuit of Quando. Additionally, a phone number associated with Durk reportedly sent messages to one of the accused, instructing them to avoid booking flights under any names tied to him, a move authorities believe was meant to evade detection. As investigators closed in, Durk attempted to leave the country. He had booked flights to 3 international destinations: Italy, Switzerland, and the United Arab Emirates. However, the FBI intercepted Durk at Miami International Airport before he could board his flight. Authorities believe he was trying to flee to avoid prosecution, and he was arrested on October 24, 2024, an hour before his scheduled departure to Italy on a private jet. Federal agents detained him and immediately transferred him into federal custody, where he awaited further proceedings in connection to the murder-for-hire allegations. Durk now faces a federal conspiracy charge for allegedly orchestrating the plot that led to Lupab's death and nearly claimed Quando Rondo's life. Prosecutors have charged him with conspiracy to use interstate facilities to commit murder for hire resulting in death, a severe offense that could carry significant prison time. Authorities cited cold-blooded murder in their statements, underscoring the public danger posed by such an incident in a crowded urban setting.
Rap artist Lil Durk allegedly targeted a rival rapper in a murder-for-hire scheme in Los Angeles. He has been arrested.
As Eyewitness News reporter Annabelle Munoz found out, federal officials say it was a family member of the intended target who ended up being killed by hitmen.
Trying to keep me down.
He's 32, a successful rapper, and a Grammy Award winner. Federal authorities say Lil Durk is also behind an alleged murder-for-hire plot.
It is a very violent crime. You're talking about someone losing their life and perhaps another individual was the target.
Chicago rapper Durk Banks was arrested near Miami International Airport Thursday night.
Anything you want to say about your son?
His family seen leaving his first court appearance today. A federal complaint says Banks put a bounty on a rival rapper in response to the killing of a close friend in 2020. Roughly 2 years later, this deadly shooting unfolded at a gas station near the Beverly Center in August of 2022. Investigators named several defendants and alleged co-conspirators they say stalked and attempted to murder the rival rapper, and instead ended up killing a relative who was with the target at the time. The indictment says this is a photo of the 3 individuals who fired gunshots at the busy intersection.
What they have shared so far is a tremendous amount of information, especially as it comes to the planning involved in this alleged hit for hire. Weapons were supplied, ski masks were supplied. Those weapons were modified to make at least one of them an automatic weapon.
Authorities say Banks flew into Los Angeles the day before the killing by private plane. They also allege the purchase of flights from Chicago to SoCal and a hotel reservation for the alleged co-conspirators was from accounts linked to Banks and his music collective OTF, adding that around that time, iCloud records show that a phone number associated with Banks texted an alleged co-conspirator, quote, "Don't book no flights under no names involved with me." According to the indictment, Banks had made clear in, quote, coded language that he'd pay a bounty for the murder. Authorities arrested 5 defendants in Chicago Thursday morning and say the FBI learned Banks was booked on 3 international flights before his arrest. If convicted, Banks and the other defendants face a maximum sentence of life in federal prison.
Durk's arrest was swiftly followed by backlash in his hometown of Chicago. A symbolic key to the city he had recently received for his success and contributions to Chicago's music scene was rescinded by city officials, reflecting the city's disappointment and the severity of the allegations he faces. Fans and followers around the world were shocked, seeing a celebrated artist accused of being involved in a violent plot. As the case unfolds, Durk supporters remain divided. Some argue that he is being unfairly targeted, while others are saddened by the apparent depths of the ongoing rivalry. Regardless, Durk's story now stands as a stark reminder of how easily fame, loss, and loyalty can intertwine in the most dangerous ways, pulling people deeper into a cycle of violence and retribution. The violence that took King Von and Lupab's lives and nearly claimed Quando Rondo's should never have unfolded. These events, sparked by long-standing tensions and painful losses, only served to deepen the cycle of tragedy for all involved. Rivalries in the music industry often fuel conflicts that should remain in lyrics, but when they spill into the real world, they leave scars that affect far more than just those directly involved. The cost of retaliation has been devastating, with innocent lives lost and families left to grieve and cope with the trauma. Lil Durk's situation highlights a heartbreaking consequence of this cycle, as a celebrated artist and father now faces serious allegations that could permanently alter his life. Had there been mediation, guidance, or even interventions early on, perhaps these tragic events might have been avoided, allowing Durk to continue his journey as a musician and role model. Families and fans are left to mourn not only the lives lost, but also the promise of brighter futures now overshadowed by pain and uncertainty. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.